What's going on, guys? So today we are out here at General RV in Michigan, and we're going to take a look at this Brinkley Model Z. This is my favorite floor plan Brinkley has to offer, and I'm wondering what you think of it. So let's go ahead and dive into this and see what it's all about. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, so this is going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of 17,695 pounds. This thing's pretty heavy. A dry weight of 15,312 pounds. It's going to have 2,323 pounds of cargo capacity, right on 17.5-inch rims, and have two 1575 H-rated tires. Also has 8,000-pound axles, and this utilizes the new CURT touring suspension, which is really, really cool. This is that semi-independent coil sprung with dual shock absorber technology at every wheel location. That is super cool. And on the front, it's also going to get the CURT Helix PinBox with the coil spring right here as well. And you can see all the Brinkleys have that, and they all have the new suspension. So this is really cool. The reason why I like this so much is because it's a mid-bunk, but that inherently means this thing is pretty dang long. It's probably around 42, 43 feet long. And that also depends on how big they made some of the space inside. So once we go inside, we'll have a chance to take a closer look at that. Towability wise, I wouldn't put this behind anything but a dually, mainly because you're likely, when everything is loaded up and you have this thing packed with stuff, you're probably going to see about 3,500-ish pounds transfer to the back of your vehicle. And things can get really heavy really quickly if you're not careful, especially with longer RVs. Now, that said, there are probably some single rear wheel 1-ton trucks that have upwards of 4,000 pounds worth of cargo capacity, and if you don't load this thing up too heavy, you can probably manage with those. But I typically like to mention dualies for these longer, taller RVs, mainly because it's going to give you the capability of having redundancy as well in case you do have a tire blowout. I already see there's solar on the roof, but I don't exactly know how much there is. I know you get these equipped with a lithium battery as well as a solar charge controller already built in, and I already tell that it has the slim rack slide out mechanism on both these two slides, and then it has a rack and pinion slide out mechanism for the bigger slides. So this is a great setup, and everything's looking good. I also love the fact that they offer an extended seals warranty now on all Brinkleys, even past ones that have been sold, but they use automotive grade seals. So the seals in here aren't your traditional butyl rubber with a silicone bead that goes around. They're actually using automotive foam seals inside of there, which is really, really cool. We have the newest version of the Lippert hydraulic leveling system, and it is a 6-point auto level. Okay, and here we have 30-pound propane can. You could probably fit a 40-pound can in here if you really wanted to as well. I love the thick baggage doors that Brinkley puts on their units. Get a lot of storage in here, but this is a mid-profile unit, so that's why you see the straight I-beam frame going back, and it takes up this space right here, which makes it a little bit shallower from an overall space perspective. And then you can see the access doors have been taken off, so you can look back into the plumbing, some of your electrical, and your guts. And they use all wiring harnesses on these RVs. One of the very, very, very few, if at the time of this recording, might actually be the only manufacturer that's using dedicated wiring harnesses on full-size fifth wheels. I believe the only area, too, that they've kept flexible hoses, and you can probably see it back there, is for your black tank flush, I believe. I don't think they've changed that to PEX line yet, but everything else is PEX. And nice slam latches on everything. This is probably going to be your outside kitchen area. Again, nice thick door. It's not a kitchen because it doesn't have a sink, but you do get a micro refrigerator and a couple drawers for storage. But if they threw a sink in here, it'd be a kitchen. All right, coming over here, you can take a look at that suspension a little bit closer. It is really cool, honestly. And then you have the Cooper Works tires, 17.5-inch H-rated tires. Beautiful looking wheel as well. And then you have a 12-inch I-beam frame with a boxed section beneath it to support the suspension system. And this is the heavier weight frame that they use on these Brinkleys. You have twin awnings with a really cool kind of straight edge LED light instead of the one where you see all the individual bulbs. Really, really nice windows on here as well. Squared off windows, so they look really nice and custom. I love how they run the graphics through the windows also. LED lights back here. You have a storage compartment back here. It is set up so it can tow, so it has a 3,000-pound tow capacity with a 300-pound tongue weight capacity, but I never recommend towing behind fifth wheels. You have your wireless camera already installed on here as well, and a ladder to get you on top, as well as a ladder up there to kind of help you crawl on so you feel a little bit more safe and secure when you're getting on. All right, let's hop inside and check this thing out. So this is going to be the Brinkley Model Z 3610. Nice MORryde safety rail, MORryde steps. You get the screen door protector, you get the screen assist, as well as the screen shot, which pulls the door shut, and you get the actual blinds in here as well. So you are completely upgraded on your door, and I like that. Plus, you get the RV lock, programmable door lock, electronic lock on here as well. So they're loading you up with stuff in these Brinkleys. You can definitely tell that they use more tint as well, because the inside of this is actually darker than most of the ones that I've been in so far. So that is really cool. And then you get these new windows, which are pretty dang awesome, where they separate like this. And then you have this piece right here for your shade, and then you have the blackout capability right there as well. You have this really cool 4-position sliding desk that actually comes out like this. You have a drawer for silverware, cutlery, whatever you want to put in here, and this can actually be removed if you want to use it as a standard drawer. And then this slides back and forth, so you can use it as a smaller desk or a breakfast nook, a L-shaped desk, dining position, or a left L shape. And then you have this cool ottoman that flips up and gives you storage that can tuck under there when you're in traveling, or you can pull it out here if you want to eat on it. Theater seating right here, wireless charging in the center, and I believe these are electric reclining chairs. No, these are heat and massage, but not electric reclining. You probably have a pull lever, yeah, right here to recline the seats. You got more cabinets up top here. And they are soft closing with magnetic latches. You have a cloth sofa that turns into a bed, and then you have these really cool end tables that flip up with little struts to hold them in place. And then you have this piece right here, flips up on each side with USB and 110 charging or power supplies. Some nice LED sconces as well. A lot of lighting in here. You have a televator and a super wide panoramic fireplace. So this can lift up for your TV. Got a nice little storage rack up there as well, plus more cabinets up top. And this pops down to reveal more storage and your sound system controls. Over here, solid surface countertops on both sides, 3-burner Furrion cooktop with oven, and really nice area to put all your spices. And these are soft closing drawers. Right here is where your 2 trash cans are going to be, plus a spot for paper towels and more storage in here. More storage under here. Has a single open basin stainless steel tinted sink. Really nice copper tone to the sprayer over here. And everything is set up in a really nice way in here. Okay, you get the side-by-side refrigerator door, and this is a Furrion refrigerator, but it is a 12-volt refrigerator as well, and it's pretty much a full residential size refrigerator freezer, but more like counter depth, a little bit smaller. And then here is your closet. I love the fact that they give you power in here, so you can put your coffee maker in here, but all these shelves are adjustable, so you can adjust them to whatever height is best for whatever your configuration is going to be. Another solid surface material, more drawers. I believe your fuses, yep, breakers and all that are going to be right here. And then your breakers are also right there. Here's your control panel. This does have the anti-lock brake system in it as well, so that's really cool. So you get the anti-lock brake sway control system built in. Now going into my favorite room, and the reason this is called a mid-bunk is because of the mid-bunk. Place to hang towels, robes, stuff like that. You have a big mirror on the wall. You have a big jackknife sofa here, so you can sleep on that, plus a bed that slides out from underneath, and you also have a bunk on top. So this is a full-fledged mid-bunk. What this doesn't have is a loft above. So because it doesn't have a loft, they're able to dump the air conditioning directly into this space. So you can cool this area much better than you might ordinarily be able to cool this space in most mid-bunks. Like our mid-bunk is a bit of a challenge getting cold air into that space, and oftentimes we have to have a fan kind of pumping it in from outside the hallway. And then right here, we have our TV already mounted in place, along with a desk. So you can pop this out and use it as a desk. Tons of drawers everywhere. So this is a great workspace. And you have a great computer monitor already built in too. Plus you have some charging up here as well, and an HDMI connector so you can connect to your TV. Let's say if you have a laptop and you're doing web demos, stuff like that. Coming up here, you have a big window here on the side. And you can see the graphics actually. If you look at that weird pattern, that's the graphics of the outside covering the window. Okay, in here we have a good size one-piece Encore shower, 3 sprayer heads plus the wand, porcelain foot flush toilet, some hanging rods there in the back, spot for your towels and toiletries. Then you have an undermount stainless steel sink, solid surface material, and then a medicine cabinet that is integrated into the wall. In the master bedroom, king size bed. They usually give you a pretty good upgraded mattress on these things. You can definitely tell because it's heavy. And it's a bamboo mattress. A lot of storage, really nice finished off area below. You have your third AC up here. And then you have some really nice curtains covering up your windows. No nightstands though. Well, you do. They're way up high. I don't really care for those. It would have been nice if they had maybe a fold down style or something coming off of the front trim. I think it's more practical for most people. Then you have a really nice closet up front. Place for your stackable washer and dryer. And I love how they've actually divided it. So your washer, or I guess your washer being on the bottom, dryer being on top, your dryer is sitting on a platform. It's not actually sitting on top of the washer, because that can make things really unstable, especially when you accelerate and you brake. So this actually separates the two and gives them their own area to sit on. So I really like that. And right here, this pulls out. So this is where your storage would be. And then you also have more drawers down here as well, and your TV is already mounted in place. So, what is your opinion? What do you guys think of this? What do you think of mid-bunks in general? I'd love to know that, because it's my favorite, because it gives family members kind of a separate place, but still gives you a full rear living room type environment, which I think is still the most appealing style of interior floor plan in RVs. I love it. I really like what they've done here. I could give up the loft because of how they raised the roof in there to give you more air conditioning capability. But I'd love to know your opinion. Drop a comment below. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.